Alrighty, let's get that linky pinky. Hoy, 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 hoy. Hello? Let's try loading some stuff, huh? Let's take this guy and put him in the thumb. I want to look at that guy later. Okay, let's see what we got. Alright, we want to pause that and come into here and give it a link. Sure takes a long time to set this stuff up. I tells yous what's. Wonder if his slime farm succeeded. Should probably look into that. Alrighty. Chaos ensues. Alright, we need to rethink this design. I was thinking about it last night, and I think I know what to do. Okay. So we have to rethink all this. Okay, so all this is gonna get beat up. And part of this. Alright, and all of this. Starting over from scratch and try to figure this out in 15 minutes before we jump onto the server. Oh, that's a tall order. Okay, I think, not quite, we need to go one more up. Alrighty, and that's not right, obviously. Hello, Astro Jade, how you doing? We are not on the Philosophy SMP server yet. I'm trying to figure out this little mess that I have before I get started tonight. So I'm waiting for people to show up and working on my little prototype world, trying to figure this out. And as you can hear, we have a mob farm happily working up there. How you doing today, Astrodade? What is going on in your life? Okay, we do 3, 3, and then 2 in the middle. So that's probably perfect. Just got to make sure we have enough room to... No. Bad railing. Bad railing, okay. I think we're off by 1 somewhere here. Because we cannot combine those 2 without a block right there in the middle. This is my design for a, in answer to your question, what am I building? This is my design for a creeper gunpowder farm. Unfortunately, it's turning into a bat and spider farm as well. So that's what we're building. I will show you. This is what it looks like. The board cube is right here, and this is similar to what I have on the Philosophy SMP server. Here at the top, we have our hopper clock that is doing the timing, and inside we have... Let me get a lantern for you, or a torch or something. That's not very bright. Let's try a lantern so you can see what's going on. So inside we have a killing floor here. This wall difference here is what prevents the spiders, presumably, from climbing up, but I'm still finding them at the top, so I gotta figure out why that's happening. And the water pushes, similar to Logical Geek Boy's mob farm, pushes the entities to the very edge of these blocks. And right off of the edge and onto the magma. And it's generating pretty good rates, but we're in a flat world, so it's going to generate better rates because there's no caves or anything. You generally put this over the ocean. It's probably why I have so many bats in my belfry here, because we're in a big flat plain world, so this is the equivalent of a cave for them, I guess. Come on out of there. All right. I explain it? Okay, well, thank you for joining us, and glad to see that you'll be awake for an hour. We'll be jumping into the Philosophy SMP server in about 10 minutes, maybe a little less. I was hoping to get some more people on the stream, and then I would jump over there while I was working on this, but I wanted to get this done. Okay, so I have to think now. I think I have to have... Here, I have to have... couple of powered rails, and then in the middle I have to have this, and then what that allows me to do is now when the cart hits this, it'll start going the other direction. Alright, now I don't know if I'm going to want 2 of these here or not yet. We're going to just try 1 and 1 over here if we don't already have it. Is this far enough out? This seems awful much bigger than it should be. Sorry about all the noise, folks. Yeah, this says it's 6, and it's supposed to only be 5, so we're off by 1 here, so let's fix that real quick. I don't know how we got off track, but somehow we did, and we're going to fix it right now. Now that seems a little bit more space. Yeah, that doesn't seem right to me. Something's wrong here. I gotta figure out what's wrong. Something has gone south. Okay, well, let's get on the other side and see I need a better way to get back and forth and around in here, I tell you what. Okay, so if I take these away, I know that isn't right because and this should not be 4, I don't think. It should only be 3. I apologize if you can hear the loud music. My mom is practicing right now. Why is this one more high than that one? Somebody explain to me. That's not right either. How in the heck did I get lost here? Is this correct then? Do I finally have it right? And then we do 1, 2. My gosh, I'm going to have to tell my mom she is being way too loud. Crying out loud, how's a guy supposed to think? I think we've got it. Okay. I think we're still missing something, but I don't know what it is yet. But I will figure it out. But I think we're closer. Oh my goodness, wrong button. Wrong button again. Alrighty. So Astro Jade is sleepy. I am too. There we go, we fixed it. Okay, so this is now going to be one of these in a powered rail. Hello, Audrus Games, how you doing? You explained it well. By the way, oh, sorry. Excuse me. I just put it in the chat window and kind of ignored it. That was not nice. Sorry about that. Yes, it is now in full screen. The noise is nice and calming, just like the graphics. I don't know. I can't hear it, but yeah, maybe those listening 100% volume might have a story of their own. Well, hey, you know, if you're not hearing it, it's fine, I guess. She's not a bad singer. My mom's been training for quite some time, but it is very distracting when a fella just wants to sit down and think. We are working on a creeper gunpowder farm while I wait to start the Philosophy SMP stream. I'm hoping to complete this before I have to jump onto the server. We're going to be jumping onto the server in just a few minutes. Now I have to think for a second. We need... What do we need? We need this to go here, and then it will loop here. So it'll go all the way around, go all the way around, go all the way around to here. But we need a loop. We need to make sure that when... I had this pictured in my head, and my mind is just blanking out right now. All those squeaks and things dying above us. Let me think for a minute. Okay, so if I put 2 rounds, that isn't right. What we need is a way to make sure that the cart will be able to circle, go around to here. Oh, there we go. I've got it now. Okay. We need our loop right here. Alrighty, so I can make an uneven loop or an even loop. The less I do, the less I'll be able to capture. So I want to make sure to capture as much as I can. What in the world is going on? Okay, so if I go here and do this and get rid of these. Alright, that's one loop. There's my other loop. We can do it that way, or we can do 2 the same, but then you don't get any capture over this area right here. Now another option is we can go up 1 more to capture the edges, which we can do right here, if my brain works, and there's no guarantee it does. And then we can now capture the edges with that one, and then we can move this one up 1 more as well if we so desire. There's no reason why we can't. except that that may not be enough blocks to run it. Okay, let me think for a minute. Yeah, I think that's enough coverage there. This gives me pretty good coverage right there. So it's not perfect, it's not ideal. And now all we have to do is make sure that our carts are going to get all the way through here. So let's find out what our minecart does. We'll get an idea of its timing, and then I think I've got this pretty well set up. So we can move on to the Philosophy SMP server, get started on. Hopefully we'll get an XP farm built today. Hopefully. That's the plan anyway. I see a problem already. Not enough speed. For the second lap, it needs more speed. It's unable to deal with it unless it has more speed for the second. I gotta figure out where I want that speed to be. Okay. So, here we go. We've got this here. We could put one right here. This is the longest distance between the two. Let's go ahead and try that first and see what we think there. I like this. I learned this from IMC to put the powered rails right on top of a red block. I mean, it doesn't take that much more resources, and it's better than trying to figure out where to put a torch. I think, anyway. I think we might have it. I don't know yet. We'll know in just a second. It's getting slow right here. Alright, so when we see slowness like that, the slowness where I saw it, I don't know about you guys, but it seems to be right about here. So I'm wondering if we should do an extra block right here of 2 for the cart. Let's see. So now it's going to go and around and loop. Yeah, and then that will be fine because we've got one over there. Now it's just getting slow right here where it'll pick up. Okay, now throw it. Bouncing, going back around. I think we've got the timing right, so now all we have to do is work on the pickup system. I can do that now or I can do that later on my own depending on what interests you guys. I'm seeing a slow bit here, so let's put another pickup block right here. It's going to try to go, even though it didn't have a bit of power there. Stubborn old minecart system. Yeah, it's not going to make it. Alright, so let's restart it, and I think we've got the timing figured out, so that's good. And that's a little bit of minecart work for you, so you guys know how that works if you're curious. Hello, Pumpkin! Are you planning to build the same farm on the server? I've already built the farm on the server, but I've got to do some adjustments. Will it have enough power to go on a loop? Barely. I fixed that. Thanks, Scott, not Twitch. I can't hear you, though. Let me rejoin. Actually, you could just place one redstone block on the top, and that will power all 3 rails. One on the top. Oh, you mean in the floor? Okay. Yeah, we are in my prototype world, Pumpkin, and we are working on the rail system for a creeper gunpowder farm, similar to the one that I've put on the server already, but this is a new version that I'm working through and figuring out some things. So we're ironing out some bugs today. And I'm doing this before I jump onto the Philosophy SMP server because I wanted to get this project finished. I had to go to bed last night later than I should have before I could get it done. So I'll show you guys our collection rates here in a second. The next question is, where shall I put the pickup? Let's go and do the pickup before we jump onto the server. Unless there's any objections, we'll do the pickup right now. I think we're okay on the speed on all of this. I think it has enough energy to do everything it needs to do and not get stuck. I like it going a little bit slower on some of these loops because I want it to more pick up things that are around it. If it goes really fast, it doesn't pick things up that well. But it is going over it twice, so I'm thinking maybe I should go ahead and put... Oh yeah, you're right, I don't need two here. Yeah, I made a boo-boo there. I only need to replace the railings like so and so. Yeah, because it powers all three. You are correct on that. I don't know why I was thinking I had to add another one. Boy, I am more tired than I thought I was. Alright, let's see how that works for us. We just gave it a whole bunch more speed. I think we're good. I think that will keep it stable and running. So now let's go ahead and work on our pickup system. That's the most interesting part. Credit goes to IMC for this because he's the one that came up with the idea. Okay, so all we have to do to make this work is instead of having... I don't know if I want to do it on both sides or on one side or the other, since I've got two of these here. But we just have to have a chest that we can open, which I guess I will face this way. And then we're going to put a hopper. Let me read. No, the block which is placed above the tracks at the initial point, but you do need to set an area for the unloading. I have a question. Have you seen whether the cart picks up all the items inside? Yes, I have. That's why we have this this pattern here. This is coming from me going upstairs and looking around and seeing what's left. Because I'm a perfectionist and I got to make sure that every drop of goodie gets picked up. And it doesn't always work, but it's getting better. I think I've almost got it. In the one I've got on the server, it's not as good. And I did that wrong, so we're going to lose the cart here in a second. But that's okay, because that's what we're here for. Trying to learn. That's what the prototype world is all about. Alright, no, this isn't going to work because this one has to be the one that we measure. So this won't work. I have to do this differently. Okay, so let me see if I can't get this figured out. It takes a second for me to get it straight in my head. I'm a little bit slow on the uptake. The one that has to be measured is this one, so we have to make sure. This is really difficult doing it floating. Okay, so that's the one we're going to measure, and what we need to do is create our measurement stuff. So we need a block here. This is where we're going to put a repeater pointing out, or sorry, a comparator pointing out. And then we're going to put a block here and a block here. And this block just has to be solid, so you can cram it into a ceiling because it doesn't have to be a particular block. It just has to be a solid block. I'm learning all the vagaries of this as I go, but you do need... Okay, yeah, and we've run across a problem. Because I have to have a redstone block on top of... I believe it's on top of this one. Or one shy of the height we need. This is the problem that I keep having. I keep forgetting about this little issue. It makes it so tough to place the chests because of that. You have to have enough height that you can deal with your redstone on the top. So I have to compare the bottom. What in the world is going on? I'm getting stuck on the wall. I have to compare the bottom, and then I have to make sure the chest can open. Alright, reading. Yeah, and we'll go take a look inside the farm in a minute, and we will see how we're doing. And, okay, so we can now compare, I think we can compare this bottom one, this chest here. Should not be an issue at this point. I probably didn't need to do that extra. Okay. All right, we got that on. We're going to compare this bottom one. I think that will work. I think. Don't quote me, but let's see if we're right. I hope it'll work anyway. Hate to have to do this all over again. Okay, so we need our redstone torch. We need our pile of redstone dust. That activates the timer. The hopper is going to now, it should stop. As long as this hopper is receiving items and putting it into the chest, it should stop this. But we will test it in a second to see if it's working. I got 5 string here I can stuff into the cart and see what it does. And then we'll go check to see how it's doing inside, and then we'll get onto the server and get onto the building project that we have here. Alright, when it comes over this way, if I can be fast enough, and I probably can't. Oh, okay, it has stuff in it and it didn't stop. So, I have come across another issue. I've had this issue a couple of times, and I haven't totally figured out a way to fix it yet. So I'll have to come back and address it later. But what the issue is, it has to be direct, apparently. I didn't think it had to be, but it does. So it has to be the hopper that's directly under the minecart. It won't work in a chain like this. And I can't put the chest up anywhere because I have no way to open it. It'll be slammed up against the ground. I might be able to float the chest to the side, possibly. Can I? No. Because I have to move the comparator up one more and that won't work because that'll be right against the ceiling for the redstone. Alright, well I will iron out the bugs on this one later. Probably what I'll have to do is create a ramp on this side here and have it go down to a ramp, but then I don't know what I'll do right here where it has to stop and bounce. Because I don't have any more room here to put a redstone rail, because they have to be straight and you have to have another block besides to do it. So I might have to do the bounce inside. No, that wouldn't work either. Good question. I don't know. I might be able to run this low enough that I can do it, but I think it has to be flat on there, and I don't think I can get low enough under there to do it. We'll work on it later. Let's go take a look at this and get on to the next project, which is getting into the server, and hopefully everything's running. Let's see how we're picking stuff up here. We've had a few deaths. We have no items on the floor, folks. We're doing good. I see no items on the floor at all. So there you go. We have the right rail areas where we need it. We just don't have the pickup system. We can't jam it in really easily. I gotta find another. I think it's a knot circuit. I gotta look up and see if there's a more compact knot circuit. If you guys know anything about knot circuits in redstone and want to tell me about it, let me know. Let me show you real quick my new sugarcane farm design. This will be built in the server if there's time. So what we have here is one observer on this end here, and then I have opposite, I have observers there, and we have a system down below picking it up with the wonderful hopper drop-off system that IMC designed, or shared anyway. I don't know if he came up with it himself or not, he didn't say, but if I go down here, you can then see the thing working. There's all our rails, and there's our cart doing its thing, and we've got 2 pickups down here. We could do a similar design, a 2 pickup design for our creeper farm. I'll have to think about it for a second. But that's what this looks like, and that is an upcoming project for us. Let me see, what does Astro Jade say? Dream, there is another circuit logic you can use. This is not wrong by any means. You can just use a comparator logic instead. That will work out for the farm you're trying to build. Place a comparator in front of the top hopper. I do not remember the exact logic, but comparator, then block, then torch behind that block facing upwards. block above torch, repeater facing hopper direction, and just a block. Repeater facing hopper direction. Alright, let's see if I can get this clear in my head here. I'm not going to try to build it right now, but let's see if I can think about what you're telling me. Sounds like a good plan. Yeah, I just need a less vertical knot circuit or whatever this is. I think it's called a knot circuit. But it could be a NOR circuit. I'm not entirely sure. So he says we need to have a comparator in front of the top hopper. So the comparator would go probably right above, so it'll be right where that block is. Creeper dying. Comparator, then block, then torch behind that block facing upwards. So comparator, then facing a block, and then a torch on the side of the block facing up. And then a repeater facing and just another block. Okay, well, let's go ahead. I'll play with this for a minute. It's no skin off my nose. I probably don't have this right in my head, but let's go ahead because I'd like to see if I can figure out what he's telling me. Okay, so, comparator. And there's my block, and then I'm thinking he's saying redstone torch. Hello, traveling salesman, I hear you out there. Then we gotta have a block above it. Block above the torch, and then a repeater facing... Get out of my face! What do you think you're doing? You silly guy. Then repeater facing... Is that correct, Astro J? Did I do that right? I don't want to hit this guy and get spat at, but this is what I have. This is what I interpreted from your design. It does not seem to be activating, so I must be doing something wrong. Didn't say which way to face the comparator. Let's face the comparator. If I can get around this guy, let's face it toward the hopper. That made no difference. And you said repeater facing the hopper, but that doesn't appear to be the case. What in the... I can face the repeater going this way. That didn't do anything. Okay. So I misunderstood your direction. Oh, a block in front of the... repeater. Okay. Hey! Astro Jade! You're the wizard. You are the wizard, sir. I think we fixed our problem. Just missing a block above the comparator, which I have now just added. Okay, let's add some goodie to our card. I want to see if it stops. That's how we'll know if we've done it right. So let's find some goodie to add from our inventory. Ran out of time. I can't get it. He's too fast for me. I got it that time, but I missed it again. I just can't do it fast enough. If I stop the cart, that doesn't work either. I just need to give it some... I guess I could drop some items on the floor above. That isn't going to hurt it any. That might make it slow down enough. I have to see if it works. Get out of my hair, guy. I wonder if I stick it on the track if the thing can pick it up. Let's find out. I'm curious. Does it pick it up? Hey, it sucks it up, but it doesn't stop. Okay, so it's not working. I'm sorry, Astro Jade. I believe it has everything in it it needs, but it's, I mean, it has items in it it's carrying around, I think. Once it comes back around here, we'll look, but I think there's something not quite on the circuit working. Oh, okay, yeah. Has 5 items in there. I picked them up off the track, but for whatever reason, it's not stopping on here. Any other ideas? Yes, going a little faster than I might have wanted, but do I have something facing the wrong way, perhaps, possibly? Let's see if putting a repeater this way does anything at all. I can't tell if it's activated or not. Nope, that don't make no difference. It should probably be facing towards this block here anyway. That's probably how it's supposed to run. Alright, well, I'll look at it some more later. It's a good circuit, good idea, but I must be doing something wrong. The only other thing I can think of, this guy gets out of my way, is that maybe I didn't put the torch in it. Get out of here. Go. Shoo. Put it underneath, like so. But I think that's exactly the same difference. I don't think it makes a difference one way or the other. Just check the chest. Well, you say it's correct, but it's not. It should be stopping here until it unloads. That's the goal of this. This is an unloading point. It should be stopping here. It's not stopping here to unload. The chest will be full of items. That's not a problem at all, but it's not taking the time to unload everything, is what I'm saying. The purpose of this is to stop here and unload. Let me see if I can demonstrate better. Can I gotta figure this out. I gotta get 64 of this gunpowder on here. This will test this for sure because once it picks all that gunpowder up, see how it did that? It just bloop, went going again. I just did. The hopper now has 64 gunpowder. It just picked it up off the track. And in here we had 3. We still have, okay, we have none now. I've put 64 in the mine cart. Yeah, there's something missing. I don't know what it is. I don't blame you. I blame me for not understanding circuitry better, but I'll figure it out. Yeah, it just doesn't stop. Let's try a repeater. One more thing to try here, but I don't think this is going to work either. I wonder if that would work if it stops and then unloads once it's empty. Be curious to see what it... I don't think that's going to work either. Just test it outside the farm, huh? Alright, well, I can do that for sure. But next time, we're going to get into building our cactus farm. It's time to officially start. Alright, so now it's unloading. I'm going to help it unload by doing this. Yeah, that didn't help. Okay, so I will test this circuit out later. It is a much more compact circuit, and if I can figure out how to get it to work, I'll give Astro Jade credit for it because it's a really cool design. But I am not figuring it out right now. Build it 1 block below. Oh, Dream, I think I understand. The first hopper may just be pulling 1 item at a time. Maybe that's why it's not going off. So you need more timing with the, I think normally you time it with the, hold on a minute. It might be it needs more time to suck everything out. So let's see if that's the case. So we'll increase the time to maximum. Let's deposit some items on the track, and this will be our last test because I want to get in and do the XP farm today. Once it gets through there, it should pick all that up and have a few items. This trader is really annoying. He's just sitting here making a bunch of noise. Let's see if this does the trick, because it might be a timing issue. It might need to be, oh crap, I screwed up. Okay, hold on a minute. There we go. Come on. Deja vu going on here. Did I do this before in a stream some time ago? I think I might have. The torch needs to be attached to the block. Dream is a repeater facing in the direction of the hopper. Repeater is pointing towards the hopper. Comparator is pointing towards this block, and this is attached to the side of the block. It has now picked up the items, and we will see if perhaps I increase the timing by clicking it a couple of clicks here, if that will make it stop, and then we're done with the testing on this. I will look into this circuit a little more later, build it outside, maybe try a block, but the other one has to work a block lower too, so it makes no difference. I'll just have to make a ramp if that's the case, and go down, which is not a problem. What I've had to do before. Now that I've got the general design ready and I got the tracks where they need to be, we're going to have this almost figured out. No, that didn't do it either, so it's not a timing issue. Any other ideas before I go? And I'll show you one last time. This is what it looks like. We got a block here, the torch is underneath it, and we've got a repeater here facing towards this block and this facing towards this block. And this is comparing the top hopper. The bottom hopper is just going right into the chest. So do I have everything right as far as you can tell? Try throwing items. I did that too. I put items on the track and the hopper sucked them up, and didn't stop. Although there is a possibility. Let's try this. Although I think I put 64 on there. But there is a possibility that it can be putting them out really quickly. We can see, once it comes back around here, we can look. Fill the hopper with items. Okay, we can do that too. Of course, that kind of nullifies... Oh, my cart died. I thought it had enough speed, but it's saying it doesn't have enough speed here. It's not being very clear with me why it doesn't have enough speed, but I thought it had enough. I think all that will do is that it will activate, the thing will start moving. But it will just be perfectly on all the time again, so that won't fix it either, because it'll just be on the whole time, as it was before. It won't all of a sudden trigger it. I mean, yeah, now the hopper's empty, but the next time the thing goes through, it's gonna just... not gonna stop. I'll try my other test really quick. Still placing stuff in here. What I want to know is when it stops. Okay, it stopped, turned on, did something. We still trying to empty this one hopper. It didn't manage to get all 64 into the chest, so... Yeah, it has something to do with timing. I wonder if a simple piece of redstone dust is all you need here. Why would you want a repeater? Oh, that's an intro. That just burned it out. I didn't like that at all. Two comparators? Let's see if that does. Oh, that actually slowed down. Oh man, that is not the button I wanted to press. And don't you start crowding me again, dude. Seriously. Okay, what I wanted to do here is make sure that chest was empty. Because I wanted to see, maybe it's working now. Maybe it was just a matter of having a couple of comparators. Because I remember something from when I was doing Redstone Canyon circuits. Took me a minute now. Well, let's put some items in it and find out. That's one way to know. Alright, that is 64 spider webs. This is our final test. We have to get into the Philosophy SMP server. We'll debug this later. Just that the gunpowder or the items that are coming from the farm is far too less. You don't think a comparator compares a block state. Okay, you're probably right. It probably won't work then. But I'm curious to see anyway. Yep, you're right. Doesn't work. Didn't solve it either. So I will figure this out later. I'm sure there's a solution, and I'm sure Mumbo Jumbo or somebody out there is laughing at me right now. Alright, let's get on to the next task. Repeaters for powering the rail in front of the block. Fill the cart completely, only then will it come to a halt completely. Okay, well that wouldn't work because there'd be no way to ensure that the cart's filled completely before it stops. I see what you're saying though. If you're saying that when the cart is completely full, it will stop. Let's see, a cart can take how many items? I'm forgetting. I believe a cart can take 5 rows, I think it's the same as a hopper. Hold on a minute, I'll see if I can't do this last thing, but I don't want to do no more. We gotta get going on the other stuff. 5. So we need 5 stacks, and I can't remember how to do a whole stack. My brain is foggy. Let's just do gunpowder. Gum? I don't want gum. I think it's shift. There we go. It's shift. 1, and then we just need 2 more. So... Alright, shift, and... 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 complete stacks of items. We will dump them on the track. Looks like we've got another problem too anyway, so I don't know if I'm going to be able to fix all of this. This thing keeps dying on me. And it shouldn't, because it's got all of this extra speed. It does not need more stuff, but it says it does. So, and I'm not sure. I guess I can put one more powered right here, and that's it. I'm not doing any more than that. It's being stubborn. Okay, let's grab everything down here, dump it onto the track, which is the easiest way to fill the cart. And then when the cart comes around, it will be jammed, packed full of items, and we will test this last thing. Just hope things don't start despawning on me before I get a chance to get the cart to come pick them up. Better to test this build outside the farm. Is in a big area, nothing around you to prevent yourself from breaking the farm. Just for figuring out the logic of the circuit. Only reason I remember this logic is because it took hours on hours to figure out what all that stuff meant. Yeah, and I learned some of that myself, and then I just kind of stopped and haven't resumed. Why are you so slow right there? You weren't slow before. What is making you act like a turd? I don't have time to sit here and fight with you. You have to work, you silly thing. I don't understand. You were not giving me any fits before, and now all of a sudden you can't handle a simple track. Ugh. Can't do the test if the cart don't want to run. Bear with me here, folks. We're almost done. We're going to get into the Philosophy server. I want to get a cactus farm built today. That's the plan for today. Alright. Hopefully very last. Now it's going super fast, which I don't like. But it didn't seem to be happy any other way. Okay, it is now completely full. This cart is so full of crap that you wouldn't believe it. Apparently it goes slower when it gets full. Is that what's going on? What in the heck is going on here, folks? You guys have any idea? Why is the cart coming to a crawl? It has piles and piles and piles of powered rails and it's coming to a crawl. Look at this. I can't do the test. This is ridiculous. I wonder if that has something to do with the being full. I mean, I've added so much redstone, so much speed things, and it was going really fast. It must be going slower when it gets full. Is that new 119 logic or something? If somebody knows, say in the chat, because I've never seen that before. That one is brand new to me. I have never seen it act like this. It is impossible to do the test when it doesn't want to work. Yeah, it's like it can't go fast for some reason. It keeps getting jammed up. So we've got another issue, and I have no idea what is causing that issue. I didn't think carts went slower after they got filled up with stuff. I thought they just kept going the same speed. But apparently I'm wrong, because that's not what we're seeing right now. But I can overdo it. I can put a whole pile of these little links everywhere if I need to. I've never heard anybody mention anything about the carts doing that. And this guy, can't he just stay in one corner and leave me alone? Crying out loud, he's like he wants my attention or something. Yep, figured it out. The way of the cart may be slowing it down. That's why I had a doubt when I seen your loot. I didn't know anything about weights of carts. Nobody has ever said that. I've never seen that anywhere. Just place redstone blocks everywhere where there is a straight line. Yeah, or levers underneath the block. Okay. Alright, well, we should have a full cart now. I don't know for sure if it's a full cart, but it should be. I've always used very small loops because I didn't think we needed a lot of stuff, but apparently carts are affected by weight, and I never knew this. I still don't think it's doing anything, but let's add some more goodie to the track. Make sure the cart's full completely. But I'm glad that we did this because now I have learned a little bit about cart logic that I never knew. Nobody ever said it. That's definitely going to go into a tutorial video someday. Yeah, that cart has got to be full by now. There's stuff on the track everywhere. It's been picking it all up, so it's got to be full. Let me check if I can get over to it in time. So we still have some things to figure. Yeah, this is a completely full cart. Yeah, see, it still doesn't stop. So it's not a matter of the cart being full or not. We solved that. One annoying thing of troubleshooting info which we are not aware of. Well, we both learned something new. I don't know, haven't been redstoning because I don't know, I just haven't been redstoning or played because Skyblock is a torture for redstone. You should do like a whole series. Redstone Skyblock. You'd be like the only guy on Earth doing Redstone Skyblock. You can explain the circuit logic in simple terms if you want. It's like the comparator reads the hopper when items pass through the hopper. I figured that much out. Okay, continue. Okay, it's going to be blank screen for a second, folks, because I have to restart and go to 118 to be able to do the server. So give me a minute here. And I will read what Astro Jade is writing. Berry Boy, how you doing? Are you still hanging on there? Must be getting bored by all this stuff we've been doing here. Then the comparator sends a signal to the block behind it. Okay, that makes sense. So if it has activity where it's pointed, it's activated, and it's putting power behind it, I guess. And then when there's no activity in front of it, then it stops powering whatever's behind it. I'm assuming. Let me know if I have that right. Got out my water jug. I did not intend to spend 45 minutes on that, folks. I apologize, but I guess it was what was interesting to everybody, so I got no objection to that. Then the block, which is lit up or powered up, sends a signal to the torch. Yeah, as long as it has power coming through it, it's sending power to the torch, which will power whatever's above it or underneath. Not underneath it. It's above it or in front of it, I think, or to the sides of it. Torch is always on, which is not logic, gets deactivated when it runs out of power, which would put power to something else. Okay. And that deactivates the top block, which deactivates the repeater, which powers the block in front of it. And that deactivates the rail. Okay. So I got to figure out what the name of the circuit is that I've been using here. The one that IMC taught. I got to find the name of that. And then I can look for a more compact version of that circuit. I'm assuming it's a NOR or a NOT, but I could be wrong on that. Alright, it's taking a minute to load, folks. You're going to have to wait a second, but I will show you. Here is the one that I built in Philosophy SMP. However, this one is too big. And I don't have enough power rails, apparently. I also don't have the unloading logic yet. And we're not getting very good rates here. But it's too big, it needs less materials, it needs to be less wide. It doesn't have spider proofing along the walls, as you can see. Not that the spider proofing is doing much good in the other design, because they were still getting up to the ceiling somehow. And I'll show you guys what it looks like up here. Blah, pardon me. I believe each of these are 8 levels. So here's what we have up here, and that's a little AFK platform, but you get booted from the server if you're AFK for too long. So, next door to this, what I'd like to build, and I need to fix this up and make this a lot nicer than what it is. But what I want to build next door or on this island or both, I'm not entirely sure how I want to build it or where I want to build it. I've been getting supplies ready, and I have some left from that build. Probably going to be over here. We're going to start today to do an XP farm. Oh, but an XP farm is a headache. It is a headache and a half. I cleared this space here, and I don't know if I want to do the sugarcane farm here, or the XP farm here, or something else entirely here. So that's the plan for today. We will see how much cactus we've got and see what else we can get. We've got our chests over there ready to go. I'm thinking I'm just going to put the XP farm here. I think I'm just going to do it. I don't know if I want to clear all this top layer of dirt or not. That I haven't decided. That would be an awful lot of clearing. I think it'd be better just to dig where I need to dig and build around it. But then I have to get the collection system, which will be underground again. And that's a headache too. Anyway, let's see what supplies we've got, see what supplies we need. We've got lots of deep slate. We should do a little mining to get more deep slate. I think we have cobble. But what we need for the XP farm actually is a bunch of sand. So let's go see what kind of sand we've got back at base. I got one clear paddle left. I cannot stop yawning, and I'm sorry, you guys. I don't know why I'm yawning. I just can't stop. I think I'm tired. So we'll see what kind of blocks we got back at base, get some cobble, because I think we'll make this out of cobble, acacia. We have lots of acacia wood. We'll do that and create our XP farm right now. We'll get that done. And iron rails, I think I've got that covered. That's another part that we're going to need. And we need more sand to put the cacti on. We could run to the desert real quick and get a couple of stacks of glass block, of sand to turn to glass block, but not sure I want to do that. What's going on here? Hold on, I see a whole bunch of chat. Let me get where I can look at it. I just caught you that you said a bunch of stuff here. Okay. Light, where did you learn the circuit you did? Because that one is also cool. The circuit I learned is from IMC. He uses it and did the whole cart unloading thing. If you remind me, I'll try to post a link to the video at the end of the stream today. I mean, I would normally not figure out that circuit. Actually, Dream, you don't need to break your head on putting this unloader logic. Just put a clock downstairs as you did on top of the farm. Oh, yeah, that's right. You could do a clock. That's actually a really cool idea. Yeah, because you could have one hopper that have it in the off position normally, the hopper that where the cart sits. So it'll be sitting there, unloading, in the off position. It'll go into the hopper. Then it will transfer to the other hopper, and then that would suck over the piston and activate. If you had that with a redstone block, it would activate it. So the cart would be sent off somewhere. And then that hopper could... No, how do you drain the hopper, though? That's the problem. If you have a drain on... The hoppers have to go into each other. So you have to have a way to... The only other way would be to have the hopper separate and then to have the clock somehow connected to it. I'd have to think about that. I see a bunch of text here. I'm trying to read all of this. And just make the hopper stop for a period of time. Done. I really hate the logic that farms need to be close to you to run. Which XP farm? Just a cactus XP farm. No problem. Yeah, redstoning's boring. Not for me, but it's not really my bag. I'm not a redstoning circuit guy. I'm learning it because I need to learn it and because I'm interested in things like TNT cannons. Yeah, it's tough. Sure, you got tired just figuring it out. Can't sign into Xbox. Oh, I'm sorry, Audis Games. I remember the same thing happening to me, etc. Why that happened? Says I am, but click to sign in. It is a white screen. It's like it's a glitch. I've seen that glitch or heard about that glitch before. I don't have any advice to help you fix it. They always say to just wait like an hour or two and it should fix itself. I don't really know what's going on with that, but my best advice to you is to just... I guess just to not be logged into Xbox for right now and just let it sit for an hour or so and try again then. I don't know. I reinstall the account, sign in. Oh, okay. Just attach a clock directly to the rail. Well, yeah, you could have it where the rail would be deactivated for a set period of time, allowing the cart to unload, and then it would reactivate, sending the cart off. But I like the neatness personally, and I kind of want to have it that if I can do it, I want to do it. I like the neatness of it sensing whether the cart's full or not, and then allowing it to empty. I like that. I think that's a cool way to do it, and I'm all about doing stuff cool if I can, so I'd like to keep doing that if I can, if I'm allowed to. If I can't, I'm not going to worry about it. But now in my other design I used lights somewhere. Where did I use the glowstone lights when I did it last season? Oh, I think instead of putting it on the iron fence, I used glowstone blocks is what I did. That's how I did it. Well, I'm not going to do that this time around, but I do need to find ways to light it up. I don't know what that's going to be yet. Let's create some more torches. Give me a second to do that. I need to make a bunch of lanterns. I'm not sure I'll use lanterns. I could go into the nether and do a bunch of glowstone, but I don't really feel like dealing with the nether. I don't know about you guys. But it's not top of my list of things to do today. I think I want to do 32. Okay, that gives us all the lanterns we'll ever need to make sure we don't have any baddies spawning anywhere. We've got our iron, we've got our cactus over here. I've got it all set aside and ready to go. Unlike last time when I said we were going to do it, I didn't have anything. I've only got 43 cactus, but we're going to go visit our cactus farm and do a real quick harvest. And I need to have the sand here, and I need to see if I have any other sand anywhere. I have sand, folks. We are good. So we'll keep 64 to plant on. We'll get 64 cactuses. That should be enough to start. And we'll cook up this other batch of 47, but that's not going to be enough glass blocks. So we are going to have to find us some more sand somewhere, and that can be done off camera so I don't bore you guys to death. Alright, and that will help me make some more torches later. Alright, let's go get us some cacti. Okay. Build a clock outside the farm first and test out. You may only need to power the rail. Yip yip. Not gonna lie, if I had a good system, I would multitask and do it at the same time because it's more practical and theoretical. Easily figured out, just need to be like in the game at the moment. The words came out wrong. Just meant saying stuff in theory that actually doing myself decreases my confidence in remembering stuff. Yeah, sometimes you just have to kind of sit down and, you know, figure out what can I remember. You have to sit down and just force yourself to remember what you can. But I write notes. That helps me out. I write notes. I keep a little journal. So is it working for you, August Games? You don't need to log into Xbox to join the stream. You only need to log in if you're going to play a little Minecraft while I was doing the stream. And if you want to do that, well, I'm sorry it's not working for you. But if you just want to watch the stream, you should be fine. I don't know if you got into the server or not. Memory is foggy. I know I gave some people instructions on how to join the server and should have that information. That's also a link in the bottom of my video so that you can be a part of the server if that's what you're trying to do. But that's all up to Ari after you've done your application. That has nothing to do with anything I can do. All right, let's get poked. You guys think I have enough cactus around here? It keeps sucking up my keeps sucking in my block. I have to get right up next to the cactus to make sure I get the block and it doesn't go into the cactus. Anybody knows a trick to this, let me know. What do you guys think? Would you stand on top of a cactus? Making you nervous that I'm getting poked over here? It's acupuncture. Natural acupuncture. So a little secret I'll let you guys in on is I actually took some supplies from Ari. Now I tried to take stuff that he was farming so he didn't actually lose anything, and I let him know what I did, and then I paid him, and he said I could just have it, but I paid him anyway. But that's how I got some of this cactus and the bamboo and stuff. I didn't put that in the videos because the way that the things went in the videos versus the way that I handled it afterwards and worked everything out, it seemed to be like it was unnecessary to add that information. But I thought I'd let you guys know. So you're hearing it here on the stream first. Okay, we need 6 more. Let's grab some sand while we wait for them to grow. I figured if I took stuff that people are growing, that they're farming, then I'm not really shorting them any, because unless they want to come in and get a crop, and I don't think Ari's been on for a while, they're not going to be missing it, you know. And I could replace it if I want to, and I am thinking about doing so anyway, even though Ari says it's okay, and I did pay him, as I said, Could give him some money for the stuff that I took. I'm just a very conscientious player. I don't want to be taking stuff, you know, when I shouldn't be. But I didn't have any way I could get cactus. I went to the desert for the server and there was no cactus there. I mean, there's like 3 cactuses. It was totally barren. And I didn't find any other. I finally got my gunpowder going because of the gunpowder farm. So now I can fly and look for a desert again. And a jungle for that matter, but I couldn't find them on the server as it was. And I figure we're getting near the end of season 3, so I figured it didn't matter at some point. Alright, we've got more than enough here to cook up and turn into glass blocks. We need 6 more cactuses, so count with me when we go to harvest. They should be growing up here pretty soon. Well, now that I'm in the area, they like to grow. Wait, are you by any chance making yes, cactus XP farm. Yeah, break the bottom. If I do that, then I lose the cactus. I want to keep the bottom cactus because I want them to grow some more. I used to tell my friends, build the cactus XP farm. I don't know, really, I just felt annoying how much time it took to get the cactus. Plus the furnace filling up logic. I think Wandering Trader gives cactus. Yeah, possibly. It is a lot of work, but I think it's worth it. I can break the bottom block, I suppose, and replant. I mean, that wouldn't hurt me any to do that. Then I wouldn't lose so many cactus to getting swallowed up. Let's do that. That's probably a smarter idea. I need to get to 64 and get out of here before dark comes. So let's go ahead and try that. Then I won't lose so many. Cactus is growing kind of slow today, and it's getting dark. The creepies are going to be out soon. Slow progress, 61. I guess we'll make that good. It's close enough to a full stack. Nobody's going to be keeping track other than me, so. This is for tool repair, in case anybody's wondering why I'm even bothering. It's for tool repair. I want to be able to repair my tools. One shy of a full stack. Okay, now the question is, where'd my boat go? Before the monsters come to eat me. I think 64 is enough. We'll just sneak by with 64 for now. I hear a dolphin. I felt so bad. I was building that gunpowder farm, and I had the platform down there, and the dolphin died underneath the platform, and it made me cry a little. I like dolphins. I don't want them to be dying on my stupid work that I'm trying to do. I saw him jump. Yeah, the logic of farms is that even though they're technically automatic, if you're not close to that area, it won't grow. That's more the case on the server, though. I think there's more limits put on the way areas design the server. I think the game logic is slightly less restrictive, but I'm not sure. But Ari was trying to cut down on lag for the server, I think. So yeah, I just make is what it's called a chunk loader. I myself never built it, and you can enjoy. What's the frown for the dead dolphin? I don't know the frowny face. What it's for? You have to tell me. Yeah, I think Ari has certain restrictions placed on this. I figured I'd just move all the farms to the same general area, and then I could work on the farms and they'd be growing while I was working on them. And I could AFK a little bit before I got booted off the server, so that would help. So that's what I'm doing right now. I'm just trying to get all the farms together in one area. Let me know what the frowny face is for. If I offended or hurt anybody, I'm sorry. I didn't mean to. Boy, this is one slow burn of blocks. Let's go ahead and get another stack, get another set of blocks going. We will have to make some more furnaces. We don't have any furnaces in our little shoreline area. I'm going to leave these burning here for right now. That should be enough to get us going, and we'll need some cobble. And then we are ready to go start building. Yes, let's grab a whole pile of cobble. That's as much cobble as I can carry, it looks like. Let's get rid of this oak. Let's get rid of this tree, if I can remember where my trees are. And I don't have any more cacti, so we're good there. I got to read the chat in just a second. I got some sticks we can chuck. Got an apple and go in the food. Alrighty, I think that should do it. Take all the cobble we got with me. I don't think we need any walls. We can bring them, but I don't think we're going to use them for anything. We're good. Multitasking 100. Frowny face for dolphin. Yeah. Every time I hear those things, and when I was building the farm, I just put a smile on my face. When I was building the farm, I'd get down into the water to pick up stuff, and the dolphin would come, and it was kind of annoying but kind of fun. It'd come and give me a boost, and I was just in the water, and then I ended up swimming so far, so fast, so far away from the farm. It was hard to control, but it was fun. It's like being Superman under the sea there whenever you get the dolphin boost. Something else. Those things are crazy. I love them, but they're just nuts. I should have brought the other furnaces, but we don't need the furnaces and all that stuff right now. We need to build just the first part of it. We can do the collection system later. We've got an hour left, I think, to stream. I might go a little longer depending on how active the stream's going to be and what you guys want. And then I want to fight with that stupid logic of that circuit and try and figure out what it is. I am going to bash my head over and give myself a bit of a headache over it simply because I want to learn. I want to understand it. So part of learning is banging your head against the solid surface and hoping that eventually something comes through. Is it like possible to place a dolphin in one area without it despawning? I don't even know. I don't know if you can capture them. I don't know what you can do with dolphins. I just enjoy having them run around. Okay, so now, folks, you got to help me refresh my memory. I remember it was something like 8 in width, but then I don't remember how long I made it, and I don't remember why I chose its size. I do remember why. Part of the reason for the size that I chose was you wanted a wall. So let's say that's a wall. You wanted your cactus, and they can't be next to anything. So I was probably trying to think about like 8 or something. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. So that would be 8 with one wall. Now if we want to do 16, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14 right here, 15, 16. There you go. No, excuse me, that's incorrect. To do that, your wall would have to be way over here. That is an awful long for that direction. But because it is going to be longer than it is going to, wider than it's going to be long, maybe what we can do is reverse this and go the other way. But I think that's what we were doing, so that's how we'll determine our size here. I think. I hope. Let's start from this side because it's the longest, the least obstructed by anything. Wall 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16, and a possible another wall right here. What do you guys think? And then I think it's 8 for a bucket of water going down. I think it's 8. I get confused. Sometimes I think it's 8, sometimes I think it's 9, but I get confused. So we just need to dig out 8 from here. I think we're going to dig it into the ground a bit here, so let's go ahead and do that real quick. I just build it anyhow. Usually the area underneath the farm, which becomes a problem, I think. I'm not sure what you're referring to. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. All right, and we don't have any more room on my inventory, so let's dump a little bit. We don't need to have all this extra stuff with me right now. I'm thinking cobble for the base and the corners, and then wood and glass possibly on the inside, depending on how I want to do it. Possibly. Or I could just do all wood and just not do the cobble. I mean, that's another possibility too. I kind of like that idea, actually. Let me know what you guys think in the chat. There we got 64 wood. Keep the sand, get rid of that. I don't know why I kept the nuggets with me. Alright, and we can grab our bed so we don't have to run all the way back over here every time we need to go to sleep. Shouldn't be too hard to go back to the cactus growth area and get myself another cacti. Something that I keep messing up on, I move my bed all the time because I'm trying to stay close to where I'm working. And then I forget to click on it, so when I die, I don't spawn where I want to spawn. So I always have to click on it and try to remember. That's where you got to do it. All right, so 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, and 8. And then, let's see. I think we start, the water's here. And now we got to think about this logically for a second. Yeah, this gives us enough room for the collection system later. If we do it right directly above, which we can, then we have no way to walk around it. Everything's going to be a 3 heights total. It's going to be 1 fence post, 1 sand, 1 cactus. We don't want to block the water flow. Yeah, we have to go above this. Okay, I got it now. I got it. My brain got it. It took me a minute, but I got it. So, each of these, I guess, is where we're going to place our... And we're using the iron railing because it is the least... It's the smallest surface that you could use. And it makes sure that the cactus, when it pops, doesn't come off, you know, where you don't want it to come off. It's also the hardest and most finicky to place. 1, 2. 3. 4. This is gonna take forever. Oh, come on. You know I clicked you. 5, 6. This is annoying. 7. Oh, what I could do is just get lazy and just 8 and But this is good for practicing my aim. 9. 10. 11. Wrong. Let's go to bed and come back. We got 11. Not bad. Is that annoying you guys? Building a big water stream underneath depending on how big your farm is. I think it's 8 blocks for the 1 bucket flow, I think. $12. I gotta check and make sure my dad got up. 13. This one's being tough. 14. You guys keep a track of how many times I missed? And finally, 16. How long will it take? One, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15. And we screwed up. Did you guys catch it? I didn't. All right, I'll be right back. I'm going to check on something. Have a good evening, sir. My dad has a meeting tonight, so I wanted to make sure that he could, he was going to get in there and not be late because he was real tired and needed to rest. I'm confused. Wasn't these iron rods supposed to be placed above the cactus? I remember using it once and finding out fences also work, so never ended up using it. I use the iron for above and below. It'll be used for both. So that's the plan here. Okay, I believe we were supposed to have 2 more. No, 1 more. I think. As above, so below. What am I being so silly for? I'll just come up here and do it. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15. We need 1 more. I thought we were 1 shy. And that should do it, folks. We'll have 16. Alrighty. Well, Black Belt. How you doing? I am doing okay. I am building a cactus XP farm. We're finally doing it. I said I was going to do it 10 million streams ago and I never got around to it. So we're doing it today for sure. We are getting this done. All right, let's do a little black belt style parkour here. You just know I'm going to fall into one of these holes. There's no way I can get this perfect all the way through. That's just not possible. Now, if I was really confident in my skills, I would jump backwards and do this. I bet Black Belt could jump backwards and do it. He probably has Black Belt skills in Minecraft. Still not shabby for an old man. And that, folks, is row 16, number 1. We need a back wall for the water. We're going to make that in just a second. And if I don't screw up and I get everything right, I haven't made a mistake somewhere, which I likely have. We will be able to proceed from here. We need a back wall next. Hi, Black Belt. How are you, man? I'm doing good. Just got home from work. Hey, Astro J. Nice, nice. Astro, put my farming district over the ocean. Yeah, we were telling Black Belt that he needed to put his stuff over the ocean. I remember giving him that advice. Because I was given that advice, so I knew that that was the right way to go about it. So the water will be 1 block above. So the water will be going here. But we could theoretically place it 1 block higher in this design if we wish. It just kind of depends on which way we want to proceed, and I'm not sure which way I want to proceed right now. To think about that some more. Okay, is this where I want my back wall? Do I have that right? No, because we need 1 more space. Because the cactus can't have anything near it. So we don't have quite right on the 8. I believe we're 1 space, so that's good. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, and 8. So if it is 8, then that's where it should come out at. I finished digging out 2 chunks in my world. That must have been exhausting, man. I cannot imagine. I mean, I like some of the monotonous work like that, but that had to have been annoying. Alrighty. I've decided against going above ground, so I'm going to place this slightly into the ground. And you know I had to use acacia. You know how much I love my acacia. Then for this corner, we might finagle a support of some sort. Do I have that right? 1 block? Yeah, we have that right. So we might put right here some, pardon me for yawning again. Ooh, folks, I am yawning, yawning, yawning. Couple of bits of cobblestone. I think I'll leave the rest dirt. So somebody really quick do the math. We're removing 16 times 8 roughly dirt blocks. So by my math, that's somewhere in the vicinity of 512. What do you guys think? 512? Slightly more than that, I think. Alrighty, let's get to bed. We don't want the creeper patrol after me. I took your advice. Great, great. I finished digging out 2 chunks in my world. After looking at the output I get in Skyblock, I'm like, the simplest mob farmer is enough for the majority of the main items. Just needs to be like built in proper conditions, etc. Yeah, I was watching that vid. Still have another 50 or 40% to watch of that. Only took about 10 hours, I think, to do it. I hand dug all the way down to bedrock. He's sitting there. He's like me. It only took me 10 hours. I dug all the way to bedrock by hand. No big deal. And then if you're somebody like, not Mumbo, but that other guy, you just build a machine and destroy it all. It's kind of funny. But I'm kind of the same way. I just do what I got to do. If I got to dig all the way to bedrock, I'll dig all the way to bedrock. I'm sure it doesn't make for the most entertaining video footage. You know, I wish there was something I could apply this work ethic of mine if my body would allow me to. There's a post in front of my face. I wish I could apply that to some creative practice in real life and see similar results. I was trying to do my zoom button. I forgot which one it was. It would sure be nice to take a work ethic of, I hand dug all the way to bedrock, put it to a creative practice and succeed at some creative endeavor. That would be awesome. Don't want to leave little holes underneath. Okay, I think I am going to stick to cobble for part of this. I believe I want to put cobble on the corner, I think. Parkour! Cactus parkour! Did anybody jump? Yeah, I think that's what we want. What is the math again? That's a pretty long time. I'm going to dig it by hand. You wanted, yeah, I know, I understand that. I wanted to dig it by hand. Yeah, I get you. Automating is good for health. Yeah, I'm working on that. You know, hand digging is good for health too. I was thinking it was going to be 512 and we got 256 it looks like. So my math was off by half. 16 times 8. I thought 16 times 4 was 128, but I might have that wrong. That might be 64. I gotta get my mind working. Alright, I got no more, but that's fine. This gives me an idea of what we want to do here. Okay. And last bit of dirt to dig. It's interesting, this dirt digs quicker in sod, or I mean in soil, than it does in sod. I wonder what, if anything, that's supposed to mean. Okay, our collection system is gonna go right here in front, but I'm not sure how big it'll be or where it'll be yet. Let's see if my memory served right on the being 8 blocks or whatever it was supposed to be for the water for a bucket. I think I have a bucket on me. We'll have to make an infinite spring so that we can do this. Although we might be able to use a method that utilizes multiple blocks, but I don't know for sure. There is a way that they do certain mob farms where they grab a bucket from before. You can do it with like 3 buckets. So we might look into that. I'm not sure yet. Let's see if we've got our sizing right. All right, here's our water. Okay, we are perfect. This is where we're going to want our hoppers. So how many hoppers are we going to need? 2, 3. Ooh, not going to be able to count. Oh, wow. We're really having some feisty stuff with this silly shovel here. One exuberant shovel. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16, 17, 18, 19, 20, 21, 22, 23, 24, 25, 26, 27, 28, 29, 30, 31, 32, 33. I believe we'll need 33 hoppers. It might be 32, but I think we need 33. And then I think cactus can grow up to 3 in height. So what I'm going to want to do is get the next row on top of these guys. I need to have that iron fence in ready for them to go. So now I got to remember the best, quickest way to do this iron fence where I need to put it. Give me a second. I got to think about this. This is going to take me a minute. And I did not bring scaffolding with me this time. I believe what we want is I had to go, but that's not going to work. I mean, it will work, but it won't work at the same time. I like how that works, how the sand kind of frames the cactus at the base. I think it looks cool. I liked it better when I did it with the glowstone. I don't know if cactus does better with a lot of light or not, but I think this will be okay. All right, let's see if we can do this. This will take a second. All right, so we've got to have one fence. And I can't remember if I like it at 1 above or 2 above. I think I did it both ways. If you guys have any opinions, let me know in the comments. But I think what I want is 1 above right now. No, this is 2 above. I do it this way. So it always has a base of 2. I don't know if it grows faster with a higher base or if it grows faster with a lower base. I'm going to go lower. You guys think I should do different? Let me know in the chat. Hold on. I have a bunch of reading to do. Hey, Dream, did you know that if you remove the iron bar, the sand will float? The sand will float, sure. If you have efficiency 5, you can mine the grass faster. Someone was saying having F5 on shovels is like pointless because you're truly getting the max at F4 or something. But yeah, having enchanted items saves a great deal of time. Certainly. You got to have the enchanted items. Have the cactus break at the 2nd level, not the 3rd. Cactus needs light to grow. It does. I built it too high. Okay, I'm lowering it. I'm lowering it. I'm lowering it, for crying out loud. Give a guy a break. Of course, now the cactus is going to start growing and hitting the barricade here, and I wonder if this will automatically break itself or if it'll have to be broken. I'm going to go ahead and break it. Why is it dark already? It was dark 5 minutes ago. Seriously, I got work to do. I can't be running back and forth to the bed. So it needs light to grow, so I've got to figure out a clever way to do lighting for this bad boy. Well, that should give us a full stack, so that's good. Got that working at least. Love the sense of humor there, Black Belt. Sand will float. Sure, I'll fall for that one. It makes perfect sense to me. Well, this isn't going very good. You'd think I'd have better balance, but apparently not. Try that again. Am I still building it too high, you guys? No, it needs to have one space to grow. Yeah, it's got to have at least one space to grow. I was wondering because it didn't break on that, but it must break on the 3rd then. This part's the hard part. Takes a lot of concentration. Okay. I think the cactus is eating some of my rails, folks. Those cactuses are hungry. Alright, if I've done my job correctly, and there's no guarantee I have. Got to go, Dream. Good night. Bye, Black Belt. Gotta go. Moist sleep. Got to go, TC sad. See you later, Astro. Yeah, see you, Astro Jade. Thank you for joining us. Hope you had a little bit of fun hanging, and I will work on that circuit tonight. You need to break the iron bar on top of the cactus, huh? Break the iron bar on top of the cactus for it to grow and hit the iron bar to break. What? I don't quite understand what you're saying. It makes no logical sense to me. I must not be able to read today. Alright, let's get some more buckets and get some water. That's our next step. I wonder how many iron rails we have lost to these cacti. I either have this too high or I done something else wrong, and I think Black Belt's trying to tell me and I'm not getting it, so. It's been a long time since I made this, so. Please excuse the confusion. Boy, should see what kind of rates we're getting on our farm over there now that we're building this. That should be doing something if we're not too far away from it. Do I have any more? Oh, okay, and we can build some more hoppers. Let's do that real quick too. But do I have any more of these? Brain went blank. There's an item I'm looking for and I don't remember what it's called. Oh man, why is my head so out of it? Oh. I came over here for something and I don't remember what it was anymore. Sucks getting old. Okay, let's build some hoppers. Okay, that's just about enough to do what we've got to do. We'll probably be short by 1 to 3. But that will get me started. Buckets. I came over here for buckets, and I thought I had more buckets, and I don't. I think I need at least 3 if I don't need 4. You need to have an iron bar in, but oh, that's right. That's what it was. I don't remember why it was that way. I remembered there was like something missing, like you had to have something alternating, and I couldn't remember what it was. My memory is just foggy. All right, we'll get on that in just a second here. I think I understand what he's saying now. I hope so. All right, what I want to know is, can I do the same trick used on other traps? And it appears as if, quite possibly, I can. I don't remember why it has to be in between. I understood the logic at one time, I thought I had it down in my head, but I don't remember it now. All right, folks, I think we got the water part right at least. And I can't remember what I did with the hoppers before. I believe I had all the hoppers working towards one end. So let's put them down really quick and have them all aiming maybe at a... Do I have a chest? I don't have any more chests. We'll have them aiming in one end piece here. We'll just do this. So we're shy 3 exactly. But now they'll all start filling up this hopper for the most of those. Alright, why does it have to be in between? I gotta refresh my memory. I don't remember why it has to be in between. I can't recall why that's the rule. But I do remember it now thanks to Black Belt's information. Thank you, Black Belt, for letting me know that. This is what I want. And then I think I have to have one, if I remember right, over here. Is that the right pickaxe for this? Yeah. Hold on. You need to have an iron bar in between. Okay, we did that. And then what's this SD? What does TC and SD stand for? Oh, SD is so or sad, I think. And TC, I don't know. Move it forward 1 block. Oh. Oh yeah, that's right. It's not to the side because that's fine. It's the angle. Okay. Well, you know, 3rd time's a charm. Eventually we have to get it right, right? We can't always mess up. I mean, what do they say? Even a group of monkeys can write a book and give them enough time. So maybe this monkey can figure this out here pretty soon. Yeah, we don't need anything on there. We just need it in front. There goes more of my rails. Burp. Darn cactuses. Not worried about it. I got a pile of iron this time around in this server, so I'll just go make more. I hate to use up so many resources, but probably shouldn't have put the cactus up yet. All right, let's see what we can accomplish. Whoever figured this out is a genius. Whoever came up with the original idea for this. That must have taken a lot of work to figure out exactly how cactus grow, exactly how they absorb things, and then figuring out the best process to create a farm. We have made another mistake, I think. And we should get my scaffolding, but this should now be good. Yeah, there's no lack of iron around here. I had an iron environment, iron mine type of a thing. Last season. I think I've got it right this time. I tried to add one, it couldn't do it. But the mistake I made, but I can't recall how I've done this. But I think I go one more height, and that's where I add my next row. I'm a little foggy. I gotta try to remember where the next row goes. I think it's supposed to go here, so that way this could go up there. It has the space, but it hits this and pops off, I believe. So that's where the next row will start, right there. We'll get scaffolding and get this done right, but now we have finally started the XP farm. It is going. It will take a while before it to be completed, but we're getting there. Alrighty. Let's find any items that ran away from me. I think it's cool that we figured out the water abilities here. We need to get a couple more hoppers. I'd like to make at least 4 more. We should see what we've got in storage too while we're there. And get this frame put up a little better. We're going to want to have glass blocks along the back. Our oven hopefully has cooked up all of our goodies for us. And we should start seeing some cactus popping off and getting into our final hopper right here. Should be happening soon. And as far as giving them light, I don't know yet. But I'm thinking I'm going to have some lanterns hanging somewhere. But we got started, so that's something. Yeah, I want to look at Aries Iron Farm design too. I hope he does a video and describes how he built it. Because I would like a tutorial that I could follow so I could build it. Trying to do it just by looking at it and studying it, I don't know. But that was a very good design he came up with. He did a good job with that. Nothing spawned. So we must be just far enough away that we're not getting any spawns really in here right now. Okay, so let's go get some glass blocks. We'll dump this dirt somewhere. Yeah. And we'll get ourselves a couple more chests. Yeah, I need to get my scaffolding. I need to build more scaffolding to start with. But I don't have a lot of spider web, so let's go back and get the web that we've got over here. Then we can build some scaffolding, because we've used most of it, if not all of it, on this, so. Need to make this building process a little easier. Every time it rains, I think of that Phil Collins song, you know? Oh, Pumpkin, you're back. One of the newfangled motion pictures? I don't think so. How you doing? Down with the stone brick, you're good. Okay. We have just started the XP farm. And we're just about wrapped up, I think, here today, because we've got the XP farm started, and with Black Belt's help, I have been able to get everything placed where it needs to be placed. So all that's left now is to throw out a couple of those hoppers and put in some chests. Get a whole bunch of chests, get some more hoppers, so that items as they produce will go into the chests, and then I can put them into the thing later. I don't know if I'm going to make a bamboo farm. Oh, to fuel this farm this time. I don't think I'm going to do that, but I don't know yet. I'm going to think about that and kind of sit on that one for a bit. It's cool to make a self-fueling XP farm, but I'm just not sure I'm going to do that. Let's get some experience to my hoe. Should be enough glass blocks to get us started. I think we have a little bamboo over here. I don't know how much. And bits of string. Okay. Alright, do we have any other chests? We have some furnaces. We'll bring those and put them in the thingamagum-gum. And we'll see what kind of chests we don't have. I don't think we have any right now. Let's make some chests out of this 43 birch. Grab a stack of iron, and we will create a couple more of those. Look at this, folks. I don't know how he spawned there. Somebody will have to explain that one to me. I could kill him, but that would make the villagers mad at me. Alright, I'm going to get 4 more hoppers, and then I'm going to keep the rest of the iron and chests. Okay, is it bedtime yet on the server? Let's go see. Self-fueling, just built an intermittent XP farm and you're living like a king. Yeah, I'm not ready to go into the nether and to build that. I watched Black Belt build his, and I'm still terrified of it. I have nightmares about that sometimes. I lay awake at night and I chew my fingernails and I think, man, I don't ever want to make a Enderman farm. That's just too scary for this old man. Little skeleton hunting to break up the routine here today. Skeleton didn't know what hit him. I'll have to do an Enderman XP farm someday, or a mob XP farm with a spawner. That has to be done someday. I have to learn to do it. But I'm going to put it off as long as I possibly can. That's what I'm going to do. I'm going to change my idea quickly up here in a minute here. I was going to say I was going to change my idea really quickly up here. I'm getting kind of loopy. It's time for another cup of coffee, I think. They say to face your fears. What XP farm will you use? Maybe Piglin? I don't know which is worse, the Piglin farm or the Enderman farm. I think the Enderman farm is easier. Face my fears. I'll get right on that. Yeah, and I don't have a spawner anywhere near where I am as far as I know, or I haven't found one yet, so it's not the world's greatest idea for sure. Oh, we forgot to get our, we need to get our bamboo. That's not too far from here. Okay, well, so far the cactuses aren't popping, so I might have done something wrong. We'll see. But we got them started, so this is the start of our XP farm, Berry Boy. Pumpkin, that's where we are right now. Ooh, I forgot to get my bamboo. Need to get some bamboo. Yeah, and I'm sure a cactus XP farm is probably not very good either when you get right down to it, but that's okay. I don't mind slow. I have a favorite saying for that, and if you're a child, cover your ears, but I always say, slow and steady pleases Betty. That would be cool. Can you put a link to that video in the watching area of the Discord, Pumpkin? Yeah, hopefully it's not into the nether. I agree with you there. But I'd like to see a video on this. I knew that we were very close to being able to get into other dimensions. It has to do with string theory and quantum mechanics. There's a lot going on there that... going to open up a lot of things for us. I knew we were close. They say that extra or intra-dimensional travel is actually easier than space travel. And there is a rumor, although I cannot verify it, but there is a rumor that there was a working teleport that was shut down by the CIA and the government back in the 50s or 60s. They had a teleporter. I can't remember the detail. Memory is foggy, but I read something about it. There's some cool books out there if you want to look for them by people that have been in some of those programs that the government have played around with. Like remote viewing, the Stargate program. Joseph McGonigal is a guy to read for that. But yeah, there was something about, I remember hearing about it or reading about it somewhere, that they had a portal to another teleporter thing working, and they've shut it down and sealed away the research. So I think they had that about 50 years ago. So I'm not surprised. Not even a little. Okay, we ran out of room. We got to find something we can chuck temporarily so we can get all this stuff up. Let's grab a couple batches of this bamboo and put it away for now. I wonder if we can be trusted to go into other dimensions. I'm not so sure about my fellow human beings. Maybe a ton of cactus XP would work better for you. Break and build furnaces. I refuse to share the video. It seems so clickbaity and fake to me, though I did not watch it yet. I judge it. I'll share it with you in your DMs. Yes, I've heard of remote viewing. Okay. Thank you for being willing to share it in the DM. Don't assume that just because something sounds clickbaity and, I mean, you can generally tell when somebody's just being clickbaity. They'll have a thumbnail that's, you know, fantastical. But there are some scientifically minded, I guess you could say, YouTubers that have some conspiracy type theory type information that they share. And it is legit. Bright Sun, I believe, was one of them. And then the one that I posted a couple of links to about the internet disappearing, they actually have some stuff about Atlantis, which is really cool. I don't know if any of it's true or not. I'm not sitting there and saying that it is, but it's cool to read about it and open your mind to the possibilities. The worst thing that you could ever do to yourself is to take a lock and lock down your head, you know? You got to open that mind up if you want to get new ideas and stuff. New ideas don't fit into the old way of thinking. Yeah, I just came up with a new saying I should share somewhere. Old ideas don't work with new ideas don't work with old thinking. Or new ideas are incompatible with old thinking. That's a pretty cool little saying. Yeah, Joseph McGonigal is a guy that was part of the Stargate program and talks about all of that. I believe that was his name. There's a book about it. I had it at the library here recently, or about a year or two ago, I think. I'm not sure it's still there. I have to go see, because some of these books at the library, it's weird. But some of these esoteric or out there subjects disappear all out of the library database for some reason. I don't know if people are taking them, because I know they're getting checked out all the time. So I don't know if people are taking them or if they're being taken away or what's going on, but it's really strange. I've had that happen with more than one book. I've got proof. I've got everything written down that I've checked out. And I've got pictures recently of a lot of books and titles I've checked out. So I know when things go missing. They can't tell me that they never had it because I've got proof. But it's strange. All right, we got scaffolding. We're set. We're sitting pretty. We got lots of scaffolding. That's good. You know, that's perfectly fine to be biased heavily. And, you know, I get it. I never said skepticism was bad, just closed-mindedness. Skepticism is just as good as open-mindedness. If you can be an open-minded skeptic, then you've got the best of both worlds, I think. It's the closed-minded skeptics we got to watch for. Because those guys couldn't see Bigfoot if he was staring at them right across the woods. Because we know in quantum mechanics, quantum theory, that as you observe something, it changes. The very act of observing it changes. When you go into something with an expectation of what you will see or not see, that's always going to bite you in the rump. So it's good to be an open-minded skeptic and, you know, be open to different opportunities, different things that might be out there, different things going on. But don't just go running around believing everything you hear either. I try to walk that balance myself. Alrighty. I think open-minded skepticism is the best approach, but I'm even open to being told that I'm wrong. Oh, my stomach's growling, folks. I think it's time for food. All right, we got our scaffolding. We've got our supplies. We've got everything working over there. We're waiting for the cactus to start growing. Oh, we need one more thing. I almost forgot. You guys didn't help me remember. We need to get a bunch more railing. Iron bars. But I didn't tell you to remind me either, so that's on me. I'm open-minded to the possibility these things are part of a connected fictional story that everyone wants everyone else to believe. Technically, as far as I'm concerned anyway, Pumpkin, you already are in a story. Believe it or not, the world that you see outside, that isn't the actual world. What you see when you look at the world outside is your story or your thoughts about the world. I cannot remember how to do iron bars. It'll take me a minute. But always keep that in mind, you know. What you see around you, that's not the world. That's the stories and beliefs you have about the world. And we're all in the same boat there. We have a collective kind of idea of reality as human beings. I did it once before, but my mind is drawing a blank. I cannot remember the process for making iron railing. Why am I not remembering? It's not that difficult. It was pretty easy. I'm looking at my brain. Well, you're looking at your thoughts about the world. And I'll give you another mind bender. Your thoughts aren't located in your brain. Your brain is just your interface to thinking. It's not an actual place where anything's stored. That's another mind bender for you. Folks, if you have any idea, I have lost... Let's see if I got a recipe here. I have lost the ability, somehow, to remember how to make fences. Ah, okay. Well, there you go. I solved it with a little bit of help. All right, that gave us 58. That's a lot of fences. All right, we've got a 3 stack of iron fence. We're set. Let's work our way back and dump our supplies. Your brain cannot accept this notion. This is rare. Dream is using the recipe book. I don't use no stinking recipe book. I do everything by memory. And then I ask people if I can't remember. Gives me an excuse to have stream interactivity. Recipe book. I don't believe in the recipe book. My brain can't accept the recipe book. Oh, I'm sorry. I'm getting goofy now. I refuse to believe in the recipe book. The recipe book does not exist. Alrighty, let's see if it's time to jump into bed yet. We don't want to get blowed up by something. I need to get all these parts put away. Alright, we reset the respawn point. Let's just take these. We got all these chests on me. Let's just put everything in a chest near where I am right now. Why make this more difficult on myself than it needs to be? I hope you recorded a screenshot of that black build. You want to be able to tell people that I actually used the recipe book today. People will want proof, you know. They won't believe you unless you really have proof. Oh, I'm having too much fun with this. Around 4 months ago, certain scientists opened a portal to another dimension or found a parallel universe. This according to YouTube videos I'm seeing. I'm not surprised, and that wouldn't be the first time. They've actually had this information for a little while. That was 64 and we barely made it halfway through. Okay, well I'm just worried that it'll turn dark and I'll get blowed up before I know it's dark time. Well, at least the cactuses are well watered here. We've got 2 cactus. People are breaking records around here. I believe it's unexpected to me. Okay, I'm not quite sure what you mean. Apologize for my denseness. But you're talking to the same guy that doesn't believe in using recipes, so. Alright, let's grab us some sticks because we want to roast this sand. Now we're going to have to get some more sand, so we might go back and do that later. We'll grab the acacia and bring that over with me as well. We've got 49 sand we can roast. We've got that many sticks. I knew I had more sticks somewhere. Those darn roses or whatever they are freak me out because every time I see them I think something's standing there. Oh, I believe it. It's not unexpected. I think I see what you're saying. I think I understand. I hope I do. Alrighty folks, we are now cooking away some more glass blocks. We've got 2 left here. I'm going to check the time. And I've got another puzzle to solve with that delivery. Oh yes, we have definitely had a good long stream. Is there any last minute things you guys want to see or talk about before we go? And I want to go look at this video that Pumpkin's going to send me a link to. I'm curious about it. Let's go ahead and grab some real quick load of sand from somewheres. I can theoretically grab this sand here. There's no law against it. I got us a whole heck of a lot of sand without much effort. I shall take it. And we haven't altered or destroyed the land that much either, which I appreciate. I don't like doing that, so. Alright, let's take the one next door. We'll top off our stick supply. Cheapest fuel in the game. Alright, let's get this last load run up if we can. Oh, we need our scaffolding. Should be carting that around with us. I saw that. It blew up off of there, just like it's supposed to. Alrighty, we'll soon have a nice pile of sand that I don't know what I'm going to do with. I mean cactus that I don't know what I want to do with. Well, I mean, anything could happen. We were tossed into life. We just had to accept it, the life the way it is. Send you a bunch. Don't get your hopes up. I bet it's nothing blown out of proportion. Oh, I'm not going to get my hopes up. I just love to watch stuff like that. And I can take even a bad video that has, you know, limited actual informational value. If they quote their facts correctly, sometimes This is a little research tip for you. Sometimes a bad video that doesn't seem like it has any value at all, it can give you names and dates and things that you can search for. It gives you a bit of clues as to where you can research. I find that very useful. Sometimes you don't know how to search or what to search for, but if you have a good not necessarily good, but if you have a video that has those terminologies or anything in it, it gives you some leads, then you can find information. I know some of the legit, well, I think they're legit people at YouTube that have some cool stuff that they talk about, and I can verify it on some of those channels, and maybe I'll find a new one too. So yeah, it's not a matter of getting my hopes up, it's just interest to me. I'm interested in things like Nikola Tesla's work. Apparently there was a bunch of his documents. He had like a safe or 2 or 3 in his apartment where he was living when he died. This is what all the records, all the historical documents say as far as I can tell. And those files were taken by the FBI according to those same documents. So there was information in there that we've never seen, don't know anything about. And so I'm curious to know, because Tesla was investigating a lot of this type of stuff. He was way ahead of his time. So it'd be interesting to see, because when you're talking about portals and stuff like that, I think that was even something Tesla was investigating at one point in time. Can't say for sure though on that. Okay, so we now have our corner up. Let's see how many cactus we got produced, and we're going to wrap this and go to chat. You got to dig the nuggets of gold out of the turd sometimes. Sometimes you got to dig. Speaking as somebody who has done a lot of digging through a lot of turds, even literal, come to think of it. Anyways, the final thing I'll say is that I'm very skeptical of popular paranormal theories and conspiracy theories, but yeah, as far as I know, Tesla's residents did get paid a visit by the government. Yeah, he was living in a hotel, as far as I understood it, at the last of his life. Don't know what they took. I don't think anybody knows or can say if they did, but I would be curious to find out what those documents said, because I have a hunch they have some interesting information in them. Okay, I think I want to just have that many sticks for right now. We'll keep the acacia planking. Take the sticks back with me for fuel. And then I think I'm going to go set up to AFK on the XP farm for as long as Ari has it allowed to AFK. What my plan here is, I want to get some gunpowder, and that's the one way I can do it. So I want to work on that a little bit. And then we'll go to chat, and if you guys want to talk about anything else, we can talk about it there. Okay, I've got my fuel, I've got my glass, so the next order of business will be to lay out. Oh, we need some sand to lay out our cactuses on. That's one last thing we're going to need. Keep the planks in here. So let's before we wrap, let's go visit. I think we have just enough daylight. I don't want to take any more sand out of here, so let's go visit my sand area, grab a pile or two of sand, and then come back. Then I'll get on top of the gunpowder farm, let that process away while we visit and chat, and I will wrap up all the equipment in here, and then I'm going to go find some food. I'm hungry. Yeah, I don't know if Atlantis has anything to do with Tesla. I was just saying that the one video that I showed you about the disappearing internet, I don't know if you got a chance to watch that yet and what you thought about it. Let me know. I'm curious to know what you thought about that video. About the search terms and how they found that stuff didn't seem to be there that was supposed to be there. Anyway, they have a video on that, I think. I think they do. And then there's another one that has video on it as well, and I don't remember the name of it off the top of my head. I want to say Farsight, but that might not be the correct name. Unfortunately, we're going to be here after dark, and that's not safe, but we're going to push it. We're going to push it. Just need to get a couple of stacks. I want all of these supplies ready for you guys so that when next we do a stream, I have everything ready to go. We don't have to wait around for me collecting supplies. So a little danger is okay right here, just for right now. Just to get prepared. Alright, we have enough sand now to make more glass and to plant on our cactuses. We'll have to get more sand later, but that's enough to get us by for now. We'll sleep back at base, and then we'll head over to the gunpowder farm and wrap this video. I want to thank you guys for joining me. This has been Philosophy SMP Live. Yeah, we talk about all sorts of stuff on this, on these live streams. A lot of things I like to talk about with people that I don't really have anybody to talk about with. So it's kind of sad, you know, you want to have a group or some people to talk to and share things with, and not a bunch of people that are going to get swept away by everything. You know, you want people that think critically, think logically, you know, but are open-minded, that you can share wonderful and interesting ideas with and feel supported. You know, feel heard, feel listened to. That's what I'm looking for. And I don't really have that, but I'd like to have it someday. There's a lot in the world as it is to be, you know, a lot of wonder as it is, but there's a lot of stuff that we don't see or that we don't know about, that we're not aware of. And that's the stuff that fascinates me the most. If I ever could start a YouTube vlog channel where I go and I actually physically go and I experience and look at stuff that other people generally don't see or don't know about, or, you know, just bring these other things to light, I would do that, but I don't know how you'd go about doing that. Would not want to get caught up chasing stuff the rest of my life. That would be a wasted time and energy. Alrighty, let's click on our bed so that if we die, we have a place to respawn. Well, Black Belt is listening in if he's still on stream. I don't know what Black Belt thinks on these matters. He'll tell me someday if he's ready and willing to. You know what? YouTube hates me already, so it's not going to make any darn difference. I'd worry about it if YouTube actually gave a crap, but since it doesn't, I'm not going to worry about it. All right, folks, let's get up here and see if we can get some spawns. We should have empty chests with maybe a bits of string. So we'll assume we're pretty much starting from 0. We'll see what kind of spawn rates we get, and I'll tell you next stream or next video I do. We'll find out what we end up with. We can only hang out here for like a half hour or so before Ari kicks us, or the server kicks us. He has a setup that it'll kick you if you're not doing anything after a bit. Okay, so I'm going to stand right here. We're going to go into chat. Hello, Black Belt. Yeah, you're still here. Cool. Do you believe in life after love? Isn't that a Cher song? one of her newer ones. Black Belt is practicing the art of just being careful what he says. All right, let's head into chat, folks. Thank you guys for watching. All righty, we are now going into chat. I'm going to press this off. And here we are. We are in chat, and we can remove the let's do this. We don't need that. Okay. Any last questions, comments, or feedback? Please let me know. And I want you guys to know I really do appreciate you joining the stream and hanging out, because it's hard to do this if you don't have anybody watching, you know? Hard to talk to an empty room, at least for me it is. Harder to talk to a room full of people, but really hard to talk to an empty room. Oh, did I get the song right? Was it Cher? From her kind of a dance album she did? I love that album, by the way. I used to love that album anyway, years ago. I wonder if she's doing that. If she's even still doing music. I haven't looked. I believe that's a Cher song. Let me see if I can find the album. I might still have it. Hey, load. Pardon me. I either have her in dance or girl rock. Believe. I think it's Cher Believe. They can't play it on the stream though, or I'll get kicked out. I believe the song is entitled Believe. I'll have to check it after we get done here. I'll play it and see what I think. If I even still like it. need supper. What am I going to eat? Oh. Taking a minute to think about that, huh, Pumpkin? What shall I think about? Oh, go ahead and send me the links. Don't worry about spamming me. Just send them to me in my PM in Discord. That's fine. Don't worry about that. I know you're not spamming, so don't worry about it. Okay, well, you can do it that way too. I'll look for your invite. All right, I'll catch you later. See you guys later. Thank you guys for joining, and I'll see you in the next stream. Should have a video this week, and maybe tomorrow we will have some more of that scary game, Amnesia Rebirth. Yeah, however you want to do a pumpkin is fine. Don't worry about sending me a bunch of links. I'll not get mad about it. Unless if I click on one of those links and it takes me to a porn site, then you and I will have a talk. But other than that, we'll be good.